he graduated from college and earned a degree of law from Howard University. He was the first of his race to achieve the station of Hand of the Cause of God. Dearly beloved, noble-minded, golden-hearted Louis Gregory were the beloved guardian's words on his passing. While Louis Gregory suffered more than his share of racial humiliation and abuse, he never developed a grudge or hatred for the oppressors of his race. On his first pilgrimage in the presence of Abdu'l-Baha, Louis Gregory met Louisa Matthews, an English Baha'i, and later, through the encouragement of Abdu'l-Baha, married her. Returning from his pilgrimage a transformed man, Louis Gregory championed the cause of racial unity and promoted harmony wherever he travelled. He addressed many audiences, such as this Baha'i Race Amity Convention in 1921. He was elected to the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of the United States and Canada, which he served for 14 years. An incident which exemplified Abdu'l-Baha's commitment to racial equality occurred while he was in Washington during his tour of America in 1912. He had been invited by Ali Quli Khan, the chargé d'affaires of the Persian legation, to attend a luncheon in his honour. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, and Admiral Peary, fresh from his conquest of the North Pole, were among the dignitaries invited to the reception. Among the Baha'is were the artist Juliet Thompson and Louis Gregory, who'd been invited at the last minute on the personal request of Abdu'l-Baha. When the luncheon was announced and Abdu'l-Baha was leading the invited guests to the dining room to be seated, the master suddenly noticed that Mr. Gregory was not there. "Bring Mr. Gregory," he said, and while awaiting his arrival, he rearranged the place settings so that Louis Gregory had the seat of honour at his right. When Louis Gregory joined them, Abdu'l-Baha announced how pleased he was to have Mr. Gregory there, and in the most natural way he proceeded to give a talk on the oneness of mankind.
Roy Wilhelm, a successful businessman and entrepreneur, on pilgrimage with his mother, went to visit Abdu'l-Baha and was truly transformed as a Baha'i. He was very dear to Abdu'l-Baha, who told him, "I am pleased with you to the utmost." During Abdu'l-Baha's tour of America, Roy was always at his call. It was at his property in West Englewood, New Jersey, that Abdu'l-Baha held the Unity Feast for the Baha'is of the New York metropolitan area. Abdu'l-Baha predicted that the site of that gathering would become a public memorial in observance of his visit, and indeed, this event has been celebrated annually ever since. Roy Wilhelm, who financed Martha Root's journeys, remarked in later years that his chief purpose in being born was to get Martha Root started on her journeys. A man of great integrity and honesty, Roy Wilhelm was for many years the treasurer of the Baha'i Temple Unity, and later a member of the National Spiritual Assembly. Upon his passing, the beloved guardian praised his sterling qualities and elevated him to join the ranks of Hands of the Cause on the 21st of December 1951. He was the last hand to be appointed posthumously prior to the appointment of living Hands of the Cause.
you.